Hello viewers, Super GT here. Welcome back to iRacing. I know it's been a long while and I will explain why. But let's first commentate on the start of this race. As we go green, we are back in the Mazda MX-5s around the Okayama circuit, the short version of the circuit. So we're going to go to the right here, this is the first turn. And instead of going to the left for the longer version, we're going to turn back onto the right hand side here. And qualified in 6th place, and of course we're looking for any position we can get, trying to make our way up, ideally into the top 5. Then the stats for top 5 are registered, so getting into that top 5 will help my stats a little bit. So we get a better run on that guy coming out into the middle straight, into one of the hairpins, then the first one, and then the next one. Just going to sort ourselves out into line here. So I've gained one position. So the first lap has gone okay so far, and we could just try to hook it up with this yellow car up ahead, try and make our way past some other guys up ahead. So the main reason really why I haven't been posting too much iRacing is you may or may not know, my pedal setup was just the basic Thrustmaster TX pedals, and I really wasn't happy with them at all. So the sensitivity wasn't there really, and I was just really struggling on the brakes. So I now have the T3PA Pro pedals, and there's a conical brake mod on them, and they were better anyway. So there's a lot of improvement on the old pedals with the new ones. And I've got a new wheel rim as well, the 599XX Alcantara rim. And this guy in the yellow car, you saw it in the title, well, he's pretty much going to be one of the most aggressive racers I've ever raced against on iRacing, because on pretty much every corner he'll stick his nose out and then go back onto the racing line, just trying to show his car to the guy in front, trying to make the guy in front make any sort of mistake, and he's looking for any sort of space. He's just going to invade it. I can just see it coming, and this is the kind of guy in iRacing that you really just need to be very careful around. You don't really want to get too close to this kind of guy. Look at that, he just kind of swerves across and then retakes his racing line totally unnecessarily. I mean, it's not like he's going to go past there, and look again, looking for that space, but it doesn't quite materialise for him. So this is the kind of guy, if I were to get past him, I'd be very, very nervous looking in that rear view mirror, looking at him basically dive bombing me from all directions into this corner. Look at that, such a late move. And it's only going to be too long before he starts pushing that guy off. And he's going to go in for the late apex on this one. It kind of doesn't really work, that corner, for an overtake on the exit anyway. This corner's single file really. It's a fast, flat out right. Sometimes I might need to lift if I haven't taken it perfectly, but you can take it flat out. Through the last turn, onto the main straight once again. It's a 15 lap race, so plenty of time to settle down. We have about 15 minutes basically, so it's around about a minute a lap or just over. And into the first turn then, once again, most dangerous guy in the world, using his typical tactic there, swerving across. I don't really think that makes too much difference, because as I'm going into a corner, I'm not really looking in the mirror. I need to be focusing on my braking point, my turning in point. So if the guy behind me starts swerving, I'm not really looking there, not at that exact moment anyway. Not while I'm braking. Into the next turn, guy in second place has gone a little bit wide, so we've got a train here. First place, he's absolutely rapid. He's got the drop on all of us, and it looks like it's going to be very hard to try and keep up with him now. So second place is there, not too far away. There's definitely a chance of it happening if we can just keep in the mix here, and hopefully yellow guy here begins smashing people off. Guy behind me, very close though, as we round out lap number 4, coming to lap number 5, so we're nearly a third of the way through the race. So 2x2 formation there up ahead. Yellow guy takes his racing line, defensive line from second place, and they're still side by side going into the next turn. This is quite a tricky turn really, because you have to go kind of trail brake in and then come back for a second apex there. So that one can cause problems. So I think the guy in second there has dropped down, and most aggressive guy in the world now trying to look up the inside. He has just about got something there, and yeah, second place goes very deep. Or the guy who was second place, obviously he's not now. Around the outside then, and it looks like I chopped him slightly. I gave him a car width on the inside. I basically gave him just about enough room, but not much. And it just about managed to force his hand there. He had to slow down just to let me go. So around the outside, I'm up into 4th place, and that is lap number 5 done. 3rd of the race complete, and just over a minute the lap times. I think the tyres do go off, so the first couple of laps are where you're most likely to set your fastest lap. So I was dipping into the low 101s. Some of the really fast guys were doing mid 1 minute, so like 1 minute 0.5. But I wasn't quite able to do that. Big kick of oversteer there onto the central straight here as we go into the hairpin. So my braking pressure feels a lot better on these new pedals. It's the consistency I just didn't have, I just didn't have any feel really. And you just need all that feel that you can get. So I mean, in my real car or in a go-kart that I drive, you have all the feel in the world. But in I guess on a rig, it really is down to the quality of the products that you buy. And the Thrustmaster TX, I mean, the wheel is really good, but the pedals weren't as good. So that is lap number 6. We're going to skip ahead here slightly. So that was the end of lap 6. We're now on lap number 8. I've been dropped by the most dangerous guy in the world, and he's actually caught up now with 2nd place. Now that is kind of good news for me, because I was getting dropped here, and there's a chance now that 2nd place could just hold him up for a while, and if I can just put in a couple of laps here, I might be able to reel them back in. So I'm eagerly anticipating something going on here between the two of them. And we never know, this guy has been so aggressive so far that he could get involved in some sort of incident. It's just a big no-no really on iRacing. You're not really meant to be like overly aggressive. You're sort of supposed to be a bit more calm and casual. Obviously there is a room for aggression, but the way that the iRacing and stuff works, you really should try to be a bit more conservative. Well, at least more than this guy anyway. So coming into the Redmond corner, he's gone for the lunge. And he's actually wiped him out. So there we go. We're just waiting for that moment. I've actually caught right up with him. And this is what I was saying earlier. This is the kind of guy, you can just see it from the beginning. He's swerving all over the place in the braking zones, going left, right, left, being an absolute menace, and that's happened. So I was going to say actually that maybe the aggressive approach can work, because he's found himself up in 2nd place, but you know, he's just wiped someone out completely. Just unforgivable really. Shouldn't be doing that. I mean, at worst he could have waited up for him, but we continue, and I've almost gone to the back of him there, so close to punting him off. That's not good for me, because obviously you get the little strikes at the top of the screen. So I still just want to overtake him fairly. He's gone very deep there. He's going to still resume 2nd place though. 1st place is long gone. He's 8 seconds up the road. He's even well round the next turn. And he's gone defensive. He knows he's gone very slowly out of that turn. So he's got the inside line. He's still there on the inside. I can't quite see him just yet. There he is, just appears. And now, unfortunately for me, I think this guy's quicker than me, but he's just... he knows the threat from me is coming because I'm right on his tail. And he's just simply gone defensive, very defensive, and that means now that 4th place is going to start catching up with me. So I'm in 3rd. So a podium position really, not really from being too aggressive, just from waiting for other people's mistakes, just keeping it calm, casual, and consistent. I think consistency is the number one thing here. Just keep in the race, make sure you don't make too many mistakes, and more often than not in these MX-5s you'll probably make your way forward up the pack, and that has happened here. So I've gained 3 positions from my starting position of 6th place, and we're looking at a possible 2nd, but we mustn't discount the fact that 4th and 5th are very close in my mirrors. So we're looking at the relative board at the bottom right of the screen there. That shows you where everyone is relative to you. So I'm in the middle, the orange name, and then we have Eduardo just in front of us, 0.7 seconds ahead, and then Jackson Allen behind, 1.5 or 1.6 seconds ahead, behind, sorry. So we do have a bigger gap behind than we do have in front. So really I should just be focusing on trying to maximise my time going forwards, not really worrying about defending. So I think behind actually there's a group of 3 within a second, so they're probably more occupied with each other, and I'm really not needing to start thinking about them just yet. We do have 4 laps remaining, so I tried to bring you more of this race rather than skipping ahead. I mean, there's only a couple of laps where nothing really much happened, so I thought I'd skip it down a little bit. So into the fast right, I think now he's actually kind of sussed out a little bit. He hasn't quite got the same pressure from me from behind, so this guy in front started to settle down a little bit. He had a ragged couple of laps in the middle of the race, of course, where he wiped the other guy out, and then he started going defensive for a couple of laps. But now he seems to have calmed down a little bit, so obviously he's taking his pills, and he's not going to be such a menace to the end of the race, hopefully. So fast flat out right, awkward gear shift on the apex there as you're going through into the final turn. Hook it up nicely for an early apex. There's plenty of runoff on the exit which you can take, doesn't slow you down at all. And we are still on his tail. Obviously he's going to be aware of my presence, 0.5 seconds behind him, to try and tuck into his slipstream as much as possible, maximise any sort of gains we can. I've taken a nice line there, middle of the corner with the apex. This is the tricky one to get consistently right, going down into second gear. I was watching some of the other guys, and there's a lot of really fast Korean guys actually. I was racing in this lobby, or this the MX-5s at this track, and they were taking that corner in third, but I couldn't quite get the car to rev up as much as I would like, so I'm opting for second gear around that one. And here again, up into third, but then back down into second. It's an awkward corner really, because I think if you can keep the revs up, you might be able to do it in third, but I'm opting for second there, just get that better drive on the exit. And then coming down towards the final turn, up into fourth momentarily, then back down to third. See, I took that a little bit wide, and I'm going to lose a bit of time there. I was 0.5 seconds down, and with 2 laps left to go, I now am 0.9 seconds behind, so I lost 4 tenths on that lap. So not good at the moment. 2 laps left remaining though, so you never know what might happen. Looking in the mirror though, we have Jackson Allen 0.5 seconds behind, so he's actually done some good work here to break away from that pack behind, and now he is on my tail, so I have to worry, or start worrying about that a little bit, especially towards the end of the race. If it was early in the race, I wouldn't bother going too defensive because you're just going to lose time, but now that we're at the end of the race, going defensive is definitely an option, just to try and preserve my position here. So a couple of corners left on lap number 14. We are rounding out the hairpin, coming towards Mike Knight corner. Nice corner this one, really satisfying to get that one correct, as we do just about there. Braking just after the end of the AstroTurf on the left hand side, and hooking up nicely as we round out the final turn. Then we are approaching the line for the start of lap number 15 of 15, and Jackson Allen has caught us up. He's looking ever so much bigger in that mirror as we look behind, and I think Eduardo ahead has just got that nice cushion there of about 0.8 to 0.9 seconds, and it's very close actually in the mirror there. And I just cut across him just to make sure he didn't go through there. As we come through the left onto the middle straight, just trying to maximise my exit onto this straight, looking for that sign on the right hand side, just braking just after that. And he's going to he's going to look for an inside line, and he actually spins me round and goes up the inside. So I'm really not sure what he's going to try to do here. Is he going to let me go back past? I don't think he is. No, he's just going to resume into third place and coming through the flat out right into the final turn. Honestly, I think that was an unfair move, but I'm not. It's just an online race. I'm not going to commit suicide over it. But coming across the line then, 4th place. I mean, it's still not a bad result. It's obviously disappointing to lose a position at the end there like that. And we're going to have another look at it here. So 4th place overall. Let's have another look. So going in, well, I was ahead. I had the line. I didn't do anything really majorly wrong there, and he just kind of just tips me around a little bit. So overall, not a clean move, but that's iRacing, I guess. It isn't always going to be perfect. So on the most part, you will get clean races, but you will get moments like that where it isn't always perfect. But we'll live to fight another day. We did move up from our grid position, and it was mostly a clean race. and as long as you improve your skills, then all good stuff. But there we go, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed a bit more iRacing. So let me know if you want to see other cars. I'm just trying to build up my iRating and safety rating at the moment and try to get some better licenses. I would like to move up into the GT cars in the near future. I do also have the Skip Barber car, but the problem is I don't have all the tracks. They can get quite expensive buying all these tracks, but I'll do my best to try and bring more iRacing. But there we go, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, then definitely consider giving me a sub if you'd like to see more of this. So not just iRacing, plenty of other sims as well. Assetto Corsa, I've just bought on PC, so I'll be playing that as well. There you go, guys. Hit the like button if you have enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.